You know, you know what I did. I forgot to start the friggin' video, so I was doing the whole shtick. I was doing the thing, and then it was, oh, let's go see the comments. You didn't start the video, you dumbass. Well, happy Friday. Hello. It is the hamster indeed. I am here. It is 10:56 Central Time, United States of America. Undead Chronic is doing a live stream in about a half hour, so let's get to it, shall we? Odin's Men. All right, we got Susie Problem Glasses here. She's going to tell us about the impression of women in Florida.
So it's already starting to begin here.
Ooh, it's starting to begin. Yeah.
In Florida. Mm-hmm. Insurance company.
Incoming lies. This is outstanding.
This is the big package of lies, sir. This is okay. Now, hamster, how do you know it's lies? Well, I have Google, and I can Google things or something. Okay, Problem Glasses, go.
I've got a lot of history experience in this area from Florida, and the lies are perfect here. Stand by.
He's denying gender affirming care
for children. Yes, that's right. Why do they always leave that part off? Ever wonder about that? Ron DeSantis, Adolf, he's denying gender affirming care for children. Oh, for children. Oh, you mean most people would agree with that? I see. So let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how he's denying gender affirming care to everyone in Florida, shall we? Even though it's not true. You know it's not true. I know it's not true. Everybody in the fucking world knows it's not true. But go on, live in your fantasy world, Glasses. Okay?
I received a story in my inbox today.
Did ya? Did you even wonder if it was true? No. Doesn't matter if it's true. It pushes my narrative. So, God damn it, it's true.
From a mother. Her daughter, who is an adult, who has Blue Cross Blue Shield here in Florida, went to have an IUD placed. And her insurance here in the state of Florida denied paying for her IUD to be placed because they can deny coverage for gender affirming care
for children. Yes. Go on.
All right, so let me get this right. Blue Cross, huge insurance company, right? It's going to deny birth control, which maybe pays the office $225 to implant the IUD.
Yeah, get ready for some common sense here, people.
They want to pay hundreds of thousands for a child.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to believe that.
Yeah, the evil corporate bastards. They'd rather spend $100,000 than $200. Right. Well, I mean, let's be honest. They'd rather not spend anything. We get it. But if you have to pick between the two, which would you choose? I would go for the IUD. I know. I'm crazy.
That now, all of a sudden, Florida's not going to allow birth control from this person. Problem is, TikTokers, this will get spread around, and it's just another lie. And MSNBC will say, sources say, this is what's going on in Florida.
Meaning,
see now, I wonder how much of the story is not being told. You know, maybe her coverage doesn't cover that. Maybe there's a deductible. I don't know. But you're not going to tell us the whole story because that'd take away from your narrative. But I can't help you there, Susie Rottencrotch. I went and Googled it. Didn't find one story that said anything like that. Now, you'd think something like that, with the news media being the way they are, would be all over the fucking headlines, wouldn't it? Oddly, there's none. I wonder if this isn't just a made up big pile of bullshit. Just curious.
This young woman who was going to have birth control, hormones, her insurance company was able to say no.
See, here's the deal, though. Susie Glasses. I thought people like you, who have your sort of belief system, you kept telling us for years. Well, Planned Parenthood is also about birth control. It's about sexual education. It's not just about abortion. That's the minimum part of their business. The rest of it is birth control and right? So why couldn't Miss Rotten Crotch, who couldn't get her IUD apparently stuck up in there, why couldn't she go down to the Planned Parenthood in Tampa and say, hey, I need an IUD. You're all about birth control, right? Planned Parenthood? It's right in your name. Planned Parenthood. Wait a minute. You mean you were lying about that too? Ah, gotcha.
We're not going to pay for that.
So who would believe that? Now, I know there's some people who really genuinely would say, oh, this is totally true.
No, it's not.
Because you're living on Reddit.
You're living down in Berlin, Florida there. Haven't you noticed the Nazi flags? I'm sure you have.
None of this would make sense to any business. So as I understand it, most birth control is hormones of a type. The one doesn't get pregnant.
Yeah. They're mostly all of that. Yeah. The pill is a hormonal thing. The IUD is a hormonal. They're all hormones, for birth control. That's the way it works. Except if you use a rubber. But oh my God.
So now you're telling me this woman expects me to believe that in Florida you can't get birth control.
Yeah. Well, that's what she wants you to believe. The fact is, this is bullshit. She knows it. I know it. You know it. The world knows it. This is a fucking lie. But feel free to live in your fantasy world there, Glasses. No problem. Do whatever you want.
Come on. I mean, but this is normal. This is normal how social media spreads. And the people in the grassroots will believe this. Mm-hmm. They'll run with it, and you'll hear it on the nightly news.
Because in Florida, we don't have to now. Good luck to you in this dystopian hellscape now.
Here's the good thing, though, sweetie. Glasses. If you don't like the way the government is being run in Florida, what you need to do is go get like-minded people like you who believe in whatever you believe in and get 50% plus one of the citizens of Florida to buy into what you're spewing. And then you can vote in someone else. Democracy. See how that works?
Because while the conservatives want to cheer for this one, they're all getting two.
Well, seems to me that people in Florida must love them some DeSantis. Because as I recall, he won overwhelmingly in an election just a few months ago. So I guess maybe your point of view on some of these things isn't common with the voter. Saying.
And when
I don't know anybody who wants her to have a child. Nobody. Now, if the baby's 30 weeks, let's have a common language where we say that.
Yeah, Miss Rotten Crotch. Aaron Holmes is here. Mystery Man. Ray Pacheco. Carson Mahoney, the Godfather, is here also. Yeah. Char Aznable. Hello. I love that name. It's fun. Okay, go.
That's a baby. We want to get rid of said baby. Let's just call it what it is. That's really the issue. But I don't care if she wants to have 5 IUDs. I promote that.
Hell, I'll even buy them for her. Just let me know.
None of this is supposed to be accurate remotely.
Susie Rotten Crotch, who is pro-life, can't go get her birth control place.
Right.
She can take issue with the Republican majority that she voted for.
So, Blue Cross, again, huge company, is the Republican majority all of a sudden. Company that just wants you to keep paying your premiums with very little cost.
Well, that's actually true.
No.
They do.
Blue Cross is going to want you to have a child so they can pay for that pregnancy and pay for that child as part of your family plan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's astounding the idiocy I hear, and it goes like these videos will take off, and people see it and they go, "Oh, this is what's going on in Florida. I can't live there."
These laws.
Yeah, well, you can vote for other people then, Susie. Vote other people in. Get the majority to vote for someone. Go ahead.
Because this is what we voted for, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, yes, this is exactly what the people of Florida voted for.
And this isn't going to be the first that we hear of it.
Right.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, except there's no headline, there's no story, there's no evidence to support this story, which sounds to me like you just fucking made it up.
I'm about to graduate in May.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Guys, are you ready for this one? Are you? This might be fun. Now, the thing about these little brats, these young people here, She's trying to sell men like me, men like, I don't know what's his name, Jameson, whatever his name is, Odin's men who are actually alive in 1980, in the job market, looking for work. She's going to try and tell us what it was like in 1980. See, here's why this doesn't fly, sweetie. You weren't even born in the last century, okay? I was 16 years old in 1980. I remember it quite fucking well. Now you're going to sit here and try to tell me I didn't experience it. You're the one who's right. I love these young people. They're so fucking smug. Oh, they're so smug.
A lot of the conversations I've been having with my parents lately have been surrounding what I'm going to do when I graduate, where I'm going to go. So my mom works for a company that's just like huge. And she said something to me yesterday that makes a lot of sense in regards to why it's so hard to find a job.
Okay. So mom has given her advice. What are you going to do now that you're graduating, I assume college? You got that out of your way. You got your 40 degree in something. What are you going to do? Where are you going to work? And it's really hard for these young people to find work. Well, we could ask the obvious question, couldn't we? What did you major in? Just wondering.
What do you think she got her degree in?
Exactly.
Is it hard to find a job?
Underwater basket weaving. Lesbian dance studies. Scissor sistering. Yes.
A degree in gender studies, it probably is, because there was never a job when you started. There's not a job when you finish.
Why do you think there's this big push to get all these diversity, equity departments now in all these companies? Well, these people got to have a place to work too, don't they?
You don't have a skill set somebody wants. We don't need you. I mean, wake up, people.
Or even to find a salary right now that would be livable as someone who's like fresh out of college.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get paid much when you're fresh out of college. Despite what your fantasy world will tell you, that is not going to happen. Okay? Especially if you have a useless degree. You might as well wipe your ass with it because it's nothing. It's worth nothing. Zero. Nada. Now, you can go get a job. You can go get a job at Starbucks. You should have done that when you got out of high school. They would have paid for your college. Did you know that? No, I wouldn't have the experience.
She said that a lot of the people who are in charge of hiring there commonly.
What does livable mean?
I mean, she doesn't care anyway because mom and dad paid her way through college. We all know that, don't we? Yes.
You define what livable is. I can tell you when I was her age, livable is completely different. The house people expected to buy, the first house was small. They didn't go out. There was no Starbucks, $8 drinks. They weren't buying a brand new car all the time. It was different. So
it was a different time. Yeah. We weren't that far away from the Depression. We're literally, 40 years ago. Depression would have been 50 years before that. Most of us still had grandparents who lived through the Depression. So it was a whole different fucking ball game. You know what I'm saying? Waste not, want not, all that stuff. Save money, all that. Nowadays, not so much. Especially when mom and daddy pays your way through college. You don't even have to fucking work. Oh, it's amazing.
Livable, the definition for her is different from what it was even 30 years ago.
Well, of course, but I mean, she's looking at living in San Francisco or New York or Toronto or some big, huge fucking city. Yeah, it's going to be expensive to live there. That's why you don't live there. You see? Work in a smaller town, get some experience, get some years under your belt, and then you can move to the big city if you must. See? No. I want it now. I deserve it because I'm special. Just like everyone else, right?
And that's a problem. So the livable part is where we get
things like college grads expect way too much, or I didn't have that much when I graduated.
Yes.
Then she says, yeah, when I first started, I made $36,000. And I was like, $36,000 today or $36,000 in 1980? So she made $36,000 starting off entry-level bank teller in 1980.
Well, I mean, in today's money, that's probably about right. Yes. See, you've gotten the story just a little bit wrong here, sweetheart. You're thinking $36,000 a year, $1980. No fucking way. a bank teller was making 36 grand a year in 1980. That didn't happen. That is a lie. Okay?
Me again be the bearer of bad news.
Mhm.
That's a lie. There was no one making $36,000 as an entry-level bank teller in 1980.
I mean, $36,000 in 1980. That was a lot of fucking money. You know, most people were making 8-10 grand a year, maybe. If you're working minimum wage at the time, was about, I think it was $2.65, about $3 an hour. So what are you making a week? $120 a week times 52. You can see where we're going. You're at about 10 grand minimum wage. You're not going to make much more than that as a bank teller to start. It's just, sorry.
My mother was in banking. I remember this very clearly.
I mean, she's sitting here as if, Mr. Odin, there aren't people who were alive in 1980 to know what the situation looked like. As if we weren't even there. Just, oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, sweetie. You're lying. And your mother is, you miscombobulated the freaking figures. 36 grand in 1980 money for a beginning bank teller? No fucking way. $36,000 in today's money in 1980 as a beginning bank teller? That's probably a little more realistic. You know?
It's not true.
No.
There was no bank tellers. I mean, just look up what minimum wage was then. I'll let you do it.
Minimum wage was $2.65. And it went up to $310 or $335 soon, like 1981, 82. Minimum wage today is what? $7, $8, $9, $10 an hour. So you can see the wages minimum have doubled or even tripled. Okay. So 36 grand today for an entry-level bank teller in 1980 would be about $12,000. Not bad for someone beginning fresh in 1980. Trust me.
And then maybe double it. Maybe that's what an entry-level bank teller made. It was not $36,000.
No.
At that point in time, you could buy a house maybe for 80 grand, but you weren't.
So let's see, we double it. Say, okay, you got your 4-year degree. We're going to start you out in the bank. We'll give you $6 an hour. 6 times 40 is 240 times 52. See, about 12 for 13, 14,000. That's what was going on, sweetie. They weren't getting paid 36. You imagine how many dollars an hour over minimum wage would that be? Let's just do what would it be, like $15 an hour in 1980? Nobody made $15 an hour in 1980. Sorry, not even doctors, for fuck's sake.
Having, all the accoutrements people want. There weren't stainless steel appliances. Granted, it was Formica, shag carpet if you're lucky.
Yeah, but the thing too, Mr. Odin, the interest rates back in 1980 were around 17%. So again, it was a little bit of it wasn't so much that you could buy a house, but you had to pay the interest. Was insane. But go on.
These people say this, and then they wonder why I can't take them seriously.
Yeah, well, because they're not serious, because they're full of bullshit. Amster, you streaming while baking? Oh, I thought he was done. I was looking, it would look like it was over. Oh, well, I guess I am. Hello, Polska Bob. Astrology 101. Yeah. I guess I am, Polska. Sorry.
Right now, out of college, I want to make $24 an hour. That would put me at $50,000 a year.
I'm sure people in hell want ice water too. So what is your skill? What is your major to get $24 an hour? Now, I know you can probably get $24 an hour, maybe working at the Amazon warehouse, but you're not really talking about that, are you? No. You want the office job where the air conditioning is on all the time, right? Okay, so what's your major? Just wondering.
Which is equivalent to having a $16,500 salary in 1982.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Here's the cute part. Not long ago, I saw a Whole Foods advertising for people to work clerks. Yeah. $25 an hour. Yeah. She went to college, took 4 years of her life to get a job that pays $24 an hour.
Yeah.
But clearly what she got her degree in, she's not producing a lot for said company.
She took worthless shit. Oh, I just majored in humanities. I want to do French medieval history of art. Yeah. Well, there's not a big demand for that. So good luck.
There's not a lot of upside. Yeah. And when she started said degree, I'm sure there wasn't a lot of upside.
I mean, I'm sure nobody told her, you know, that's nice. You know, medieval French literature is cool and all, but nobody's going to hire you when you're done with this 4 years. Now, you might get hired at, say, I don't know, a college or something like that. You'll need a master's degree. So you're going to have to go for 6 years because nobody's going to hire you with a bachelor's degree in French literature. Sorry.
She knew it going in, but she didn't do any homework to say, okay, here's the money I'm going to make. Is it enough? That's just the reality we live in.
So I did some.
I mean, don't they have guidance counselors and shit today? I mean, even in my little school, when I went to high school, we had somebody that would sit down and say, okay, hey, hamster, here's, do you want to do what? Here's what it's going to pay. And here's the amount of education you're going to have to get in order to be qualified to start at a job like that. It's not that hard. And by golly, you know, we have that other wacky thing called the internet. I know. You can look it up. You can see what the salaries are for various positions and see maybe something in there you're interested in and see what it pays. Oh, I know.
Research. The average college grad in 2022 is making $55,260.
That's probably about right. Yeah. If you take STEM, you're going to be a little higher, but okay, sure.
In 1982, the average college grad was making $102,200.
Fucking bullshit. The average college graduate in 1982 was making over $100,000 a year starting. Bullshit. $100,000 was a doctor's salary in 1982. You are wrong, sweetie. I don't know where the hell you're getting this magic math from, but you are incorrecto. You're living in a dream world where nothing you say is true. Michelle Guevara, hello. 102 grand starting salary in 1982. Now, if somebody were waving that kind of cash at me in 1982, the year I graduated high school, I would have hot-footed it right down to the freaking college. In 4 years, I'd be making $110,000 starting. Oh, my God. Where do these people come from?
Right out of college. So today, 26.
I think you got something wrong with your math, sweetie.
That is true.
No, it's not true.
What math she's using, I don't know.
It's magic.
But it stokes up the Gen Z weaklings to get more upset and blame everybody else. Now,
your math is wrong, sweetie. You're either you don't know how to do math, or you're lying. You know, take your pick. Whichever way here, you're wrong. Is the bottom line. It's not true.
I do think things are more expensive. The expectation level's higher. Places where my youngest daughter would live, she's like, absolutely not. I would have been like, this is perfect at her age. So the expectations are radically different.
15 hours.
I mean, just using stupid, simple numbers. $102,000 starting salary, 1982. Today would be about $350,000 starting salary. Mm-hmm. Right.
Is 1982's $49 an hour. So this sentiment being held by...
No, it was not $49 an hour in 1982. Oh, my God in heaven. What the fuck?
Boomers of, oh, well, they're just expecting too much. I just don't think they know what numbers they're talking about.
You're right. You don't. You apparently didn't take that math class you should have taken. Because you're either misinformed, lying, or you don't know how to do math. It's pretty simple. There's not too many other options.
Like, I think in their head, they're like, oh, I made $36,000 in 1980. And
nobody made $36,000 starting in 1980. Just take that off the table. That is not true.
No bank teller made 36 grand in 1980.
Well, I mean, you could damn near buy a freaking house for $50,000. Maybe.
I can tell you for a fact it's not true. None of that's even kind of true.
No.
If you look up the average salary, you're talking entry-level bank teller. I'm not going to bother with it because I know it's stupid because I was alive then. My mother worked in banking. I don't know where they get this information, but it doesn't matter because then we just need the communist utopia and it'll fix it. We'll just take.
Yeah, well, of course. Let's see. I actually went out with a bank teller who worked at a big bank, right? Worked downstairs from where I was working. She might have been making $10, $11 an hour. This would have been 1995. Okay. You can do the math, right? Go ahead and figure that one out.
Take money from the rich, we'll give it to her, and it'll work itself out in some world that we've never seen. Meanwhile, the southern border's totally open with people we don't know. They don't speak the language with a skill set that maybe doesn't apply to our current economy. They're going to eat up our social services. And she wonders why things are more expensive. That's a shocker.
Yeah. And it's probably never occurred to her either that somewhere around in the 1960s, we doubled the workforce. I know.
For $50,000 now? So then I dug a little deeper, started looking at housing, apartments. In 2022, the median selling price for a single family house was $507,800.
And that's also bullshit. No, it's not. It's about $300. But that's okay. Go ahead. Well, whatever.
In 1980, that same price is equivalent to today's $223,202.
Actually, that's closer to average today. Again, I don't know where you're getting your numbers, babe, but you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. Now, an average house in, say, San Francisco or something. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you're just talking about California or New York or Chicago or something. But here in Missouri, it's nowhere near $500,000. Some parts of the world it is, but not normal in most of the country. But go ahead.
In 2022, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment.
All right, so we're single housing price, 1980, probably about right. 70 grand, probably less, depending on what your median.
I would say that was getting a little expensive. 73, yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah, probably.
You got to take out the big players, New York City, California, but
so she got some of her numbers right, sort of.
That's close. Housing is a whole nother thing. We've had inflation that when they make Jimmy Carter blush, it's been so bad.
Yep.
You compare Biden inflation to Carter inflation, it's the highest we've ever seen.
And we both remember the Carter inflation because we were actually alive in 1980. I know.
Pump in, $5 trillion into economy, it creates a problem. But they don't talk about that. None of that ever enters their mind.
Well, she's never had to think about it because mommy and daddy were wiping our nose since she was 0, right up through college.
They weren't ever educated on this. I guess they don't teach economics at school.
Well, you see, but it's evil rich people. That's what's causing the problems. If we just got more money from them.
$1,900. In 1982, that same number was equivalent to today's $737.
$243 a month for one-bedroom apartment. 1982. That's a little stiff. I think it was less than that. But again, I grew up in the Midwest. You know, if you're in New York or something, that's probably about right.
Like, I actually think that boomers just can't conceptualize how vastly different these numbers are.
Oh, I can. Yes, dear, I can. But the problem is your numbers are wrong. They're not right. They're fake. They're a fantasy. All right, let's go on to the. Oh God. Oh. Okay.
I can give you a really long, detailed video or like a video.
Oh, would you please?
Essay on YouTube about.
No, do we have any problem here initially? Well, we've got problem glasses. Check. We've got face jewelry. Check. We've got tattoos. Check. We've got odd colored hair. Check. I wonder what we're dealing with here, boys.
Saw this human right here.
It's kind of got pretty eyes, though. You know, give her that.
They're giving you an opinion on something. Would you believe it? Maybe it'll be a rocket scientist.
Learn us old people.
Resume better be stout.
Listen up, you old man. She's gonna tell us what's what. We're just old boomers.
I'm not taking anything they say with veracity. They don't look like they've got. I mean, just the whole thing would say
they're living in a fantasy world. They're living in a place where things are not real. There's no other way to put it. They're living inside their head and they're making shit up and they think it's real, but it's not. It's amazing.
Hey, I don't know what I'm talking about. I read this off of Wikipedia. Now I'm going to lecture you on how to behave.
The point for point how exclusionary politics in feminist spaces is rooted in misogyny or how just like trans antagonism.
The non-ass wiping fingernails. Check.
Itself is a very misogynistic, but like I'll try and give you the broadest of strokes.
All she speaks is in buzzwords and talking points.
Yeah.
None of this means anything.
Nope.
And I've talked to these people, trust me, if you say, you need to find that word for me, I'm stupid, please explain it.
Explain that.
It would just be more talking points.
Well, but you just haven't been educated like I have. I took 4 years of humanities class at like Harvard So I'm really smart. This is the thing that gets me about philosophers or people who think they're philosophizing. You know, they come up with all these buzzwords, the Kantian dialectic with the bots. I mean, it sounds kind of, oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder if they even know what the fuck they're talking about. They use a lot of buzzwords, sure. The dialectic of whatever, Hegel. Okay, sure. Tell me exactly what that. Well, see, you know, it takes more than just a little discussion. You have to be seriously educated in the finer points of Kant in order to get it. Oh, okay. Kind of listen to like some of these, especially the French philosophers. It's just whoa. They're
like, no, I need more meat. Like, what does it mean?
Well, that just means you're stupid, hamster. You're just a dumbass hick. You grew up in the Midwest.
Mean to me, and just say, well, you're racist. That's what it means to you.
Of course.
I'm sure you don't want to listen to like a very detailed, long-winded.
Jesus Christ. Look at the tattoos on this witch.
That's what it means.
Look at the whole. Oh, God. Oh, God.
You.
I'm sure you don't want to listen.
Yes, I do not like tattoos. So sue me if you don't like that. Chaos for You is here. Hi. David Graham, Hamster Lives Matter. Thank you. Char Aznable. Yeah. It's a sickness. It's a mental illness. It is a nationwide mental illness with these people. Go on.
Listen to like a very detailed, long-winded explanation from the autistic who gets distracted very often. Anyway, so it's twofold. Number one,
I'm not sure what's happened. I'm going to call this Gen Z 27 below. I know she looks older, but trust me, I suspect less than 27. Yeah. I've never seen so many people who say they're autistic, like they self-describe as autistic. I don't know if they've been to a doctor and they were told that.
Well, it's a victim point. You know, hey, I've got this problem, so I'm a victim. Maybe you just don't know how to fucking pay attention. There's that. You're easily distracted. Why does it have to be a thing? Just point it out.
They just feel that way because it's a hip thing to do.
It's a hip thing.
Shocking. It wasn't always a thing. Where
I mean, do you remember as well, Mr. Odin, back in the 90s, actually 80s and 90s, every young woman had bulimia and anorexia. Every single fucking one of them. They had an eating disorder. Remember that? There's the binge and purge. Was that bulimia? I can't remember which one. And then anorexia. They were, skinny. They were, really, it was harmful. And some of these people were suffering from this disorder. But it was like a trend. Hey, I'm anorexic too. I'm bulimic too. I'm goth too. I'm a rebel too. Same difference. Everyone's autistic, so I'm going to be autistic too.
People don't say I'm autistic. What you would
I don't even know what that means. Isn't autistic like Rain Man? That's kind of autistic, right? High functioning autism or low fun, whatever. I'm no expert.
Admit your healthcare issues.
It's because anytime you try to define womanhood,
I mean, her arm looks like a Wonder Bread bag or something. What the fuck is going on?
Care issues.
It's
what the hell is that? It looks like a. Jeez.
Because anytime you try to define,
there's no issue there with her mental health or nothing. Shut the hell up, hamster, you evil man.
Womanhood in any very
right.
It has defined border sorts of way. You're always going to exclude many cis women, but two,
when you define womanhood, you're excluding cis women, which equals to us here watching and doing this normal women. So womanhood includes.
Oh, look, she's of the age where everybody had the fucking mustache tattoo as well. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute?
Exclude cis women, normal women. What is she talking about?
Yeah.
You're upholding.
That was a trend for about 3 months, 10 years ago.
A very, very Eurocentric Christo-fascist white supremacy narrative.
Eurocentric Christo-fascist. What the hell?
What it means to be woman. very, very Eurocentric, Christo-fascist white supremacy narrative of what it means to be a woman.
Right.
Right.
All right, we got to stop there. I've been to several countries outside of Christian Eurocentric nonsense.
Well, obviously, you're a Nazi, so just like I am. We all are, because we're white and we're men and we're straight. So
what is she saying? Women are women in those cultures. Could be in the Middle East, could be in Africa, in Asian countries. Women are women. It's very clear. There's none of this. This isn't real. So I don't know what she's talking about. She blames it on Eurocentric, Christian, all these things, fascist of all things.
Yeah.
She's never been anywhere else. Doesn't understand how it works. This doesn't work. Women and men are distinct sets of people in a society.
Well, it's because she lives in a fantasy world. We all know this. She's never been anywhere because she doesn't have to. She can just go there in her mind. See, I bet this is the way things actually are. So I'm going to spew bullshit about Christo-nationalist, fascist, white, it's all bullshit. We know it's bullshit, don't we? Yes, we do. All right. Let's see. I was going to do a different one, but we'll do this one.
I cannot deny that feminism is a man-hating ideology.
I can deny that.
What is the core tenet of feminism? The patriarchy theory. Do you believe in the patriarchy?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. And obviously, since women have the same rights as men in the United States, the patriarchy obviously failed. Well, what do you mean women have the same rights as men in the United States? Yeah. Under the Constitution, that sort of thing, under the law, you have the same rights, No, we don't. We need feminism.
We currently live in a patriarchy.
Yes.
Under patriarchy, are women oppressed?
Yes.
Of course.
Under patriarchy, are men oppressors?
Yes.
So are you oppressed?
In some ways.
How?
One form of oppression that all women face is subjugation in the form of their sexuality.
Subjugation in the form of their sexuality. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that women are forced to perform their sexuality.
Forced to perform their sexuality. Okay.
What do you mean by perform the sexuality?
Like, I think that women become sexual objects in the eyes of the patriarchy. I think that a lot of men view themselves that way, and I think that a lot of women are comfortable viewing themselves that way.
Well, that sounds like zero accountability to me. You're putting the blame on men for women sexualizing themselves. You cannot deny.
Yes. Well, I shouldn't have to wear makeup, and I shouldn't have to. Well, don't then. Problem solved. Right? Well, but that's not what I mean. It's like when I wear makeup and I put on tight pants and shit, I just want certain people to pay attention to me. Is that really what you mean, sweetie? It is. Yes, I know. All right, go on.
There's not equal pay. No, what's the wage gap, really quick?
I'm sorry. You're asking her to back up her assertions? Oh my God, you evil Nazi.
I don't need to tell you a number.
Yeah, because you can't. Because it's not true. Well, I mean, I get paid the same as everybody I work with, whether they're male or female, but those people over there don't. Right.
I can tell you from a living experience.
Lived experience. Anecdotes. Yes.
Anecdotal evidence is not strong evidence.
It's stories that you make up in your head.
My evidence? It's anecdotal. I live it. Yeah, that's the definition of anecdotal evidence.
Oops. That whole lived experience thing, otherwise known as an anecdote. Mm-hmm.
Anecdotal evidence is reality.
It is to you, yes, but it's not to everyone. Okay? That's why they call it an anecdote. It's you. Something happened to you. Doesn't mean it's happening to other people. See?
No women make as much money as you for the same job.
Yes. It's legal, and if there is an instance of this that's happening, you can file a report with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and the government lawyers will come in and work it out for you. I hear they're not very busy these days, so if you have a problem, you might want to call them now. Get in while the getting's good, yeah? Seems odd, then, that they only investigate 1,000 claims of unequal pay a year. If this is such a vast nationwide conspiracy to pay women less. Isn't that weird? Isn't it?
If you divide,
Well, then be quiet because you don't know.
So if you were to do 77 cents to a man's dollar, that's only if you divide the median earnings of full-time women by the median earnings of full-time men. That's all that is.
Well, I mean, you're trying to explain something to someone that cannot comprehend what you just said. She has no idea. She's just spewing what she's heard. She's an older fembot. They've been spewing this shit for decades. When she was a kid, I don't know how old she is, but let's assume when she was a kid, maybe it was true. Maybe it was before 1963, before we had the law in place, right? Laws in place, been that way for 50 years. I think we're over that one. But go on and believe whatever you want to.
That doesn't account for occupation, education, hours.
My mother, who just passed last year, till her dying day, she believed that men and women were paid differently for the same job. You can't get it out of the system. Once it's in there, it's been pounded in. The brainwashing took effect in her case in the 50s and 60s. Almost impossible. See, Yuri Bezmenov wasn't wrong.
Works. So it's disingenuous to bring it up.
You're saying I'm disingenuous?
Yes. Yes, I'm saying you are misinformed and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anecdotes be damned.
Am I disingenuous?
You're asking me a question. I'm trying to answer it.
No, then answer the question yes or no. It's simple. Can you do that?
Does he know?
Can you do that? Can you do that?
If you're trying to lie to people, it's disingenuous. If you're just
I'm not lying. I said
yes, you are. But again, give you a little bit of a pass because you're an old brainwashed feminist. Understand?
Ed, are you calling me?
If you don't know the facts.
Are you calling me? If I don't know your facts?
No, those are the facts.
Yes.
The facts. The actual reality of the situation. Yes. No one has personal facts. Facts are facts.
Guess what? There's not equal pay.
Facts don't care about your fifi. Oh, let's do one more. This might be fun. Oh, here's Greg Adams. What's he got to say today?
Feminism, guys. You know what this feminism has done? I'll tell you guys what it's done.
He's got a new
it's
book.
actually given the power to the top 5% men.
Yes.
That's what it's done. Because if you leave women to their own devices, they're naturally going to mate up and deal with only the highest level guys. They ain't gonna deal with average Joes anymore. Because here's the thing: what guys forget. The United States of America was built on monogamy. It was built on men having a wife at home, children, the nuclear family.
Yeah, it's not just the United States. It's been that way for thousands of years. You know, man, woman get together, have children. You know, kind of the way it used to be, that whole patriarchal, you know.
Because when men know they have a family at home to support, it drives you to go out there and create and produce. Feminism, guys, you know this.
Well, he's not lying. Did you guys see the Rollo Tomasi Sneeko throwdown the other day with Destiny on the Fresh and Fit? Yeah, just a bunch of, I'm not saying it was nonsense, but it was a bunch of words. Who cares? All right, we'll do one more. Let's see. Chronic should be live now, so go over there if you want to.
You know, Miller Lite.
But then again, you know, Chronic sometimes doesn't show up on time. You never know. Here, wait, I'll look. I can tell. Let me, we have the technology. We can do it. Let's see here. Oh, he is. He's live. Look at this. The Manosphere Civil War. Darkest Dungeon. Well, I might keep it. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, they're going. I will put the link Ola in the descriptionio. Yeah, here we go. Go ahead. Boom. There you go. Ding, ding, ding. There. All right. There's the link. All right. Let's just say I wanted to add one more thing for this Miller Lite thing. So let's see who this guy is. Crane and Company.
It really be your own people.
Yeah.
Right? The one positive thing I can say about this commercial is at least there are actual women in it.
Oh.
There's nothing I like more, you know, after a long day, hard day of work, is getting home and getting lectured about my gender by my beer that I'm drinking.
Oh, wait a minute. Replicant Fish has a new one. We might have to do that one too.
All right. Miller Lite went woke. All right. But remember who they're owned by. And that's Coors. All right. You know what we saw with Bud Light. We know what we got to do. It's time to get our boycott going, y'all. All right. And I want y'all two to see this commercial if you haven't seen it already. Go ahead.
Now, here's the thing. The commercial was trying to be a little bit humorous. Okay. So it wasn't completely serious. It was kind of half joking.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever.
Okay, so what does this really mean? Can we unpack this? Well, what they're actually trying to say is that women brewed beer a million years ago or whatever, but since the evil patriarchy has been keeping women down right up until this minute, if women weren't held back by evil men, imagine all of the other things they could have invented. You see, that's really, really what they're getting at with this.
From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America.
Of course, they hate, by the way, they hate the fact that there are some women who have beautiful bodies and they want to put bikinis on and model for posters for beer. They fucking hate that. Why do they hate that? Well, it's the oppression of women, sexualizing of objects. No. What it is a lot of these fembots, they don't look so good in bikinis. Just saying. It's a jealousy thing. They see these, models like well, remember that a few years ago there was the some model for some swimsuit company or some shit in London. And the fatties got all pissed off. Oh, my God. That's not the ideal body. And so the government in London took the posters down because they had this woman, nice figure, in a bikini. That was offensive. Why would that be offensive? Well, clearly because, the objection of... No. It's because they're jealous. Because they can't put on a bikini and get a picture like that up in London on billboards. Let's be honest. Anyway, go ahead.
Women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later.
Like I said in last night's video, that's because it was easy and safe. Again, we don't have to beat this dead horse. I've said all I need to say about this. If you like Miller Lite beer, go buy Miller Lite beer. Nobody gives a shit. Right? But this whole, we're going to not have women on posters, and it's just ridiculous. Oh, God. Ah, boy. Replicant fish. Give us the fish.
She likes broken men because decent men like this. Like what, you say?
That we are dating. So let's...
The hot D. The slamming. Boom. They're not as exciting. That's
say we like someone, and we see potential in that person.
Wait a minute. She almost sounds Italian or something. How you doing? My name is Tony.
And we're like, oh, let me just fix that to make him perfect.
I need to have you with the hot beef.
To make him perfect.
Make
slam that hot dog home, baby. Put it in my hot buns.
Him perfect. To make a man perfect.
Yeah.
Can you? I mean, some men are very arrogant. They think they're perfect already.
Perfect.
It's like, yeah, woman.
Perfect as hell.
You wish. I'm already there.
I mean, look at my hair. Look at my ginger fur. I'm beautiful. I'm special. Just like no one else.
However, it is good and bad that women do like to fix men. Some women. Right. From EliteDaily.com are just like a challenge. Confessions of a girl who tries to fix men.
Well, there's something you don't see every day. A woman doing manual labor. Why? Why do you hate women? Why?
We've heard this before, haven't we?
Can fix him.
How? My name is Alexia Lafeta, and I think I can fix men. Of course.
She's a man fixer. Oh, goody.
Yes, you can. You're a magical
As if men are under construction. Thank you.
With amazing powers. It's true.
I would say get a hobby. Behind my staunch, unapologetic feminist viewpoints, I've completely fallen for the sexist as fuck manic pixie dream girl trope. That glorifies the idea of a woman acting as a supporting character in the life of a cynical, brooding male hero who just needs a ray of sunshine to loosen him. Have you ever noticed a lot of these women, especially younger women, are always about, well, there's movies. There's a TV show that, oh my God. Yeah, it's a movie. It's fantasy. Oh, jeez.
Behind my staunch, unapologetic feminist viewpoints, I've completely fallen for the sexist as fuck manic pixie dream girl, MPDG. There's more terms
that is bullshit.
MPDG trope that glorifies the idea of
I've never heard of such a thing. But then again, I don't go into the corner of Reddit where this would happen. It's just
women
me.
acting as a supporting character in the life of a cynical, brooding male hero.
Good looking, dark, dangerous male hero. Yes.
Who just needs a ray of sunshine to loosen him up.
To show his real feelings, you know.
That is so lame. Sometimes you have to admire women's soppy, you have to admire it as a man sometimes. Like, okay, whatever.
You're a little bit crazy.
The thing is, though, with these immense fantasies that some of these women apparently live in, you think they'd be great, like movie writers and shit. Because, I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? But, that's right. The patriarchy keeps women out of the movies. I keep forgetting.
A sucker for Nick Miller in New Girl or Hank Moody in Californication. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for Nick Miller in New Girl. Hank Moody, Californication. Just means nothing to me. I'm sorry.
I used to like that show. The jaded, somewhat dissatisfied
no idea.
Hero who I can imagine confiding his weakness in me and only me. Oh my God.
Dead inside.
Yeah, because she's unique. Yeah, she's special.
She's the only one in the world, just like her. I know.
Like the others, whatever.
I know.
And then relying on me to save him from himself. Oh my God.
I can fix him.
Stop it. Oh my God.
Well, you know what? If women didn't go and see movies like that, they wouldn't make them. I'm just saying. There must be something there that women identify with. This is saying. You might not like the trope, sweetie, but apparently enough people do where they keep making those stupid movies just like that. I know.
Be sick. Oh my God. It's not that I don't love these guys for exactly who they are.
Again, we're living in a fantasy world again, aren't we? We're talking about movies and TV shows. Okay.
I most certainly do. I just feel especially valuable when I'm the woman upon whom a man relies to make his sadness and anger go away. Oh, the taming of the man.
Oh, gee, why? One would hope that if you got involved with a woman, it would be a good thing for you. Wouldn't it? Why would you? Maybe I'm missing something.
And I think it's romantic when I'm the only person who understands him enough to be an outlet for him to vent his frustrations and help him change if he wants.
Tartar sauce.
I'm not like the other girls.
Oh my God.
She isn't like the other girls. Oh my God. We found a unicorn.
Wow. I find it funny because a lot of women are complaining about the exact type of man that is their man.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? They're not crying and sobbing over the longshoreman. No. They want the industrial banker type down on Wall Street. Gee, supply and demand. Did you miss that class too? Pretty sure they taught you that little concept in high school. I guess you were sleeping. You're too busy. Too busy with your life. Okay.
Project men. Barbara the Builder is a common modern term. Barbara.
Oh, look at that. Look at the oppression of this woman right here. She's got a pink hat on. Oh my God. Oh, it's got to stop. It's got to stop.
The Builders.
Sprinkle.
But what a lot of women don't admit is a lot of them need to be Barbara the Builders because a lot of them look good next to men that they have to fix. Yeah. How did he get her? How did he get her?
Who hurt you?
A lot of women, oh, that is powerful.
I just realized the biggest mistake I do in dating, and I believe is something that lots of ladies that do. It's wanting to fix and help a man that we are dating. So let's say we like someone and we see potential in that person.
Potential. Not good enough the way he is, so you gotta fix him in your image. And as we all know, what happens? We've seen it a million times. You fix him, and then you're not attracted to him anymore. Am I right, fellas? Am I right? Lord Black Eagle, women have eyes. Never know. XYZCT, Mr. Potato Head. Hey, what's up? Satnar, Slancha. No Guinness torpedoes tonight, unfortunately. Damn it. Should have picked some up. Oh, well.
And we're like, oh, let me just fix that to make him perfect. When actually what we do is entering in masculine energy, because helping and teaching, it's not feminine energy.
It's not that it's not feminine energy, but look, a lot of men benefit off women who think like this.
And
energy. My point is, why do so many women lie that
her energies,
this is their man? Without a need to fix a man, a lot of men are going to be boring to women. I mean, he's already fixed. I mean, he's got his life together. He's doing stuff. This is different from the women who need a man to lean on and want a man with resources for a better life.
Perfect.
These are women who need a man to make them look and feel better because of how crap he is. So my point is, a lot of women deliberately seek out men they know are bad for them. Deliberately, come on.
We should just leave them alone. If he's not good enough, just stop dating him.
Yeah.
Nope. A lot of men just keep being trash. A lot of modern women's BS is cap. It's BS crap. It's BS-ly crappily.
Suck it. I had this realization over the last few months that I would date high vibrational men, but I would lay with low vibrational men.
What did she say? Something about vibrations? Oh, God. Next, let's do the horoscope for today. Let's get back to this.
That's crap. It's BS-ly.
Suck it. I had this realization over the last few months that I would date high vibrational men, but I would lay with low vibrational men.
She belongs to the streets.
So now she's talking about vibrations.
In other words, what a lovely modern woman, eh?
Yeah. I only
lovely woman.
Low vibrational men.
Get down there on the streets, baby.
She would make decent men jump through hoops, pay for dates, and take her to nice places and whatever.
And make them wait for the poon. Of course.
She will lay down, get her back blown out.
2 o'clock in the morning at the back of the bar in the bathroom with the bass player.
Get herself, for lack of a better word, ran through by low vibrational men. But make the decent men do the hard work. I mean, come on. Yeah. Who's that fair to?
Nobody.
Who's it fair to? However, it's very modern and normal for women. But I'm sure she's got, a very good explanation as to why.
I mean, she's a good looking woman, clearly. So she could probably pretty much have her pick. But those nice guys, the industrial bankers, they just don't give her the D. Like the bad boy.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't really know why until my girl said something.
Oh.
You see, with the good guys and the guys that make sense, I feel like sometimes the only thing that is missing is that chemistry.
Yeah, the chemistry. Meaning, when you see the man, you want to rip his freaking clothes off and fuck him right there. That's what's missing with the good guy. The bad guy is just bad. You have that animalistic urge to bang. That's what it is.
Chemistry.
Yes.
A little bit of tension in the air. It's palpable. There's a certain aura, mystique about
drama. If I go out with this good guy and marry him, he's boring as fuck. What am I going to talk to my girlfriends about? I'll meet the guy at the bar, 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, we did it in the bathroom. Oh my God, was he good? Oh yeah.
About him. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll admit for a second, take one foot off my square for a second.
Yes.
The way women do kind of fantasize about men, it's like, wow, that is amazing. It's like, as another man, we can realize, this guy is not great. He's not great. But if women's want to fix certain men, they would...
No!
Like Article said, romanticize, create fantasies around certain men. If she wants him, deems him attractive, and she likes the aura or whatever it is.
Chemistry.
I'm not going to lie, admittedly, I'll never complain about women selling themselves a fantasy about men.
And you know something? It's beautiful.
I mean, that's actually kind of beautifully sad because
that's the thing, though. And I think you men know this. Women don't understand it, but it doesn't matter. Women will crawl through broken glass. They will do anything. Walk on coals of fire in bare feet. If they have that thing for you, they'll do anything. Just like, they say men are dogs and will do anything to get laid. If you are into this bad boy guy, you'll do anything to get some of that. That's the bottom line.
If you're a decent man, it's like, oh, what the hell's going on? So in this instance, a decent man, yeah, you're useless.
He's so nice.
But a low vibrational man,
And
energy. Come on, there's room for improvement there.
I'm not going to say the word, so I don't get in trouble. But that physical chemistry.
The big energy.
Yes, we know. We definitely know what you're talking about, sweetie. You don't have to beat the horse. We got it. We're there with
incredibly important to me. I feel like it's the closest I get to experiencing.
Yeah, it's the tingles. You get the tingles with the bad boys. Yes. Yeah, we understand.
Beyond this world.
It was traumatizing. Yeah.
Okay, she started music, so experiencing beyond this world, laying down with a low vibrational man.
Low
if you understand it and it's part of your game, run the flipping game. Run the game. Run them jewels and gems on his bro.
He's 8, but he doesn't dress well.
That can be fixed. So maybe a 9 then.
All these women try to fix men.
Men are projects for women.
Exactly. A lot of men, not all of them. So when you hear women complaining about the bare minimum and saying how, they're trying to fix up and level up, snap, sprinkle, painting their fingernails, their dry, crusty fingernails, whatever. Seriously. The point is a lot of it is capped. So much of it is capped because a lot of them do need a man to work on.
And
energy. They need the safe guy, obviously for, security and stuff later on. But yeah, come on, the project guys, they're fun.
Men are projects for women.
And if she has her own money and life, I mean, come on. What's a decent man compared to an exciting project?
Exactly.
Most of the time, like 90% of the time.
It's probably similar in a way to how a lot of guys like have a project car, right? Or we want to fix the house. You want to put the sheetrock up. You want to do all that. Most of the time we're doing that because of chicks are going, oh, you need to paint that wall again. It's like, we just fucking did it. Oh, I don't like that color though. So there you're fucking painting again. You're doing this, you're doing that. But a real project kind of car. Yeah, that's fun. It's just a good time.
Projects have you successfully fixed?
Track record's not great there.
Uh-huh.
Not great.
Okay, so either she can't fix men or she's delusional to think that they want it to be fixed.
Yeah, well, they want bad boys, but they also want they want everything at the same time. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. XYZCT, hello. Eric Zombro, how are you? Lake has said it best. They're addicted to bad boys and jerks who treat them like shit. Yeah, because it's drama. It's drama. Women love drama. Many of us have been in a relationship with a female. They'll just out of nowhere start causing trouble for no fucking reason. Out of nowhere. It's like, hey, everything's good. Everything's cool. Yeah, we're going to watch Bachelor tonight. And yeah, I'm going to bring the fish and whatever. Why don't you? We always want to have fish. What the fuck? Where'd that come from? I think we've all been there, haven't we? Yes, we have. Yes, we have, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. If you want to deal with the women, you're gonna have to deal with it. All right. So I was gonna do that the other day. See if I can find some of those. I need feminism because let's go through a few signs here. Oh. We already did Jessica Dunn, 16-year-old intersectional feminist. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. Do we still need... Well, what else do we have here? What is feminism and why do we need it? Oh, this looks like... Oh, I think that's... That might be Indian folks. Let's see here. Hold on. Sometimes it's in Hindi, so... Yeah. Come on. No, it's not. Okay, good. We'll switch to this one. All right. I will go ahead and let this play for a minute. I'm going to get a brewski. Brewskis.
Yes, I'm a feminist.
Of course, I'm a feminist.
Why? Because that's logical. I'm a feminist. My father is a feminist. My husband is a feminist. Who doesn't want equality? I mean, that would be wrong. So, even I'm a feminist.
Anyone who's not feminist is sexist. So why would you be a sexist?
Well, that dates back to 1987 when I was born.
I think I've lost out on a lot of opportunities because I'm a woman. I think men and women should have equal rights. I want the same opportunities as men, and I don't think I have to fight extra for it. or that I have to be raised different because I'm a girl or whatever. Before I could even define what feminism was, I realized that I was a feminist, and then the term was kind of introduced.
What did I miss?
Learned it later. So
what did I miss? Oh, God. Okay, let's just we'll just go from here. I'm sure it was probably great.
why? Because I believe in equality.
Oh. Because I believe in equality.
You recognize that there has been historical oppression of basically anyone who.
Everyone was oppressed. Now, it sounds like you kind of have an Indian subcontinent accent. Why don't you look up the history of India? See what happened for hundreds of years. When they were controlled by a different set of folks. Just say it.
Who's not cis.
Not the British. It was before that.
White, straight males. And if you recognize that there has been that historical oppression, then you understand that they are not at the same pedestal as a straight white cis man would be.
All people, irrespective of their gender or sexuality or age or class or caste, are supposed to be treated as equals.
Yeah, well, there is the caste system still in India. Yes.
Feminism is advocating for equal rights between men and women. And
really? Okay.
And, not only just the equal rights, but also the opportunity to access these equal rights.
How about equal responsibility as well? No. Oh. You'd almost think that the feminists only want the good stuff. You get that impression.
Like I've heard a lot of people say that, but like women get to earn now and they get to stay out till 8 o'clock and do their jobs or whatever.
Yes. Instead of being a slave to the husband, now you're the slave to an anonymous dude that you have to work for every day for the rest of your fucking life. Yay.
But I'm like, if that woman is going back home and she's still the one carrying on, who has the burden of all the tasks at home, that's not equal.
Well, that's a you problem though. See, if you're in a relationship, you're married or something like that, you guys need to work that out. See, that's not a government problem. It's not a Donald Trump problem. It's not a Joe Biden problem to fix. It's your problem to fix. You see? See how that works?
I mean...
So in other words, bitching about chores and home is a waste of fucking time and energy. You have to work that out with your partner, okay? We're tired of hearing this bullshit. If there's some unfair thing at home, talk to your dude or your woman or whatever the hell you're with. See how that works?
Women cook. Women are cooks in like almost every home, right? But who are the top chefs? It's men.
That's an interesting point. Wonder why that is.
So even something that is traditionally, considered a woman's job, when it comes into an area where it is associated with fame, power, money, men are again, at the top there.
So what is that saying? Just is that saying anything? Oh, women, I got it. Women are oppressed. Okay, yeah, that's it.
I think you should also look at opportunities which are being given out, right? A lot of times, I'm sure top management would always wonder and say that, it's always easier to give this position to a man because he's going to probably work late hours. First of all, the concept of late hours should never arise.
Well, okay, yeah.
It's also the fact that, let's say I'm a copywriter.
Yes, you're a copywriter. Yes.
And I'm being paid rupees 50.
50 rupees. Okay.
And my male counterpart is being paid rupees 80.
Okay. So he's getting paid almost twice as much as you. Okay.
That's unfair.
It is, yeah. If you're doing the same work, if you're doing the same quality of work, quantity of work, working the same number of hours, do you understand there's a lot more to it than just the number? Okay.
You would also say that, okay, fine, she would get married. She would go the family way. These are things that, always they they'll try to say that, okay, fine, how do you withhold a promotion for a woman?
Right. How do you exclude women
but
from...
Is that going ahead and saying that, oh, because he's a man, and because he will stay late in office, and because he will never give birth, okay, does that mean that he commands a higher role in the workplace?
Well, okay. Excuse me. Got a little frog in my throat. Better drink some beer. That'll fix it. Here's the deal. We, in the United States, there's a 12-week mandated family medical leave, right? So you have a baby or your wife has a baby or whatever, you adopt and stuff, you can get 12 weeks unpaid, right? These people and most of these young people who have never been in business or fresh out of college think this is so fucking unfair that they have no idea the burden that is placed on every fucking body else when one of your team is gone for 3 months. Do you think management hires someone for 3 months? No. Everyone who is left behind has to pick up the slack. See. So, I mean, I think it's a great deal. Yeah. You know, take care of your baby, all bonding. Yeah, sure. But there are costs. There are things that happen, right? Maybe your other team members are getting a little bit fucking pissed that they're doing more than their fair share of work. Just saying. You see what I mean? Because I will guarantee you, 100%, no one is going to hire someone for 3 months to fill that up. It ain't going to happen. Okay?
Or does that mean that he is better suited to that position?
That role. I mean, a lot of.
Well, it depends. Do you want to invest? And I know it's illegal. I'm just saying it's a mind experiment here. Are you going to invest in the man or the woman, knowing that the young woman most likely will want to have a family? Obviously, that's illegal. You cannot take these things into consideration, but you got to know somewhere somebody's thinking about that. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of times, I think a lot of companies would have probably been better off by promoting their female employees again.
And then when there's a big position, they're in the VP or something, they disappear for 3 months. See, that has effects. That is not good for business. Do you understand my point? I think you do.
Against a certain person just because he stays late in office, and the notion of people, men especially, staying late in office, I don't think they're doing any work.
Okay. All righty then.
Right.
So they're ripping off their employer, is what you're saying. They're playing solitaire.
They're playing solitaire.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing, guys.
You know what happens when your boss finds out? They show you the door. Yeah.
Or they do not want to go back home to participate equally
in
the household.
Oh God. Oh God.
In India, as many as more than 30% of the farmers are women.
Okay.
But the idea seems to be that whenever there's a policy or a government order that comes on farming, the idea of a farmer in the heads of the policymaker is mostly predominantly male.
Well, you just said 70% of farmers are men. Just 70% would be predominantly male. Yes, it would.
Because nobody is saying that human beings are not equal. That's not the point. The point why we need to call it feminism is, okay, let's forget gender, let's forget class, caste, whatever. Let's say there are two groups. There is A group, B, and A group has more privileges than B group.
Okay, more privileges. Okay, see, this is where we start getting a little funky, don't we? Don't we? So now we're not talking about equal rights anymore. We're talking about special privileges that one group may have over the other. Tell me about abortion. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, they keep saying it's a right. No, it's a privilege that only women have.
Group is fighting for rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the
Well,
B
now we're
group
back
has
to
to name
rights.
themselves, right? So it's about rights for B group.
Now it's rights again. Mm-hmm. So we went from this group has more privileges, but it's about rights now. You see, yeah, let's just conflate that. What do you say?
It has to be B groupism.
Okay.
No.
And not A and B, the whole square groupism.
Yeah.
Whole square. Do feminists hate men? Well. Sinister Twin is talking shit again. Yeah. By her definition, it's men's. Of course, Michelle Guevara. That's right. If there's even one right Group A has over B, well, then it's obviously they're going to fight for. How about reproductive rights? No, that's different. Different.
I hate men.
Okay, well, all right.
Who was this question written by? किसने लिखा है ये question?
I think like mostly men only hate feminists many times.
Yeah. Well, that would be incorrect. I think there's a lot of women that do too, but go on.
So I don't think feminists hate men.
I see.
Everything they want to make about themselves.
I feel that is, men think that it's the female version of misogyny.
Misandry. Yes.
The problem with men who think that feminism is about hating men is because they see feminism as the opposite of patriarchy.
No. Well, maybe. Actually, they're just a bunch of mentally ill people. The screaming memes. Yeah.
They feel that under feminism, women will treat them the same way that they treat women, which is what makes them so afraid of it.
No. No, see, here's the deal. Now, I know things are different in India, right? They still have some catching up to do, whatever. There are no rights that men have in the United States and most of the Western world that women do not have. In other words, we're there. Okay? We've been there for a long time. And yet we're still being told that women don't have the same rights as men, which is bullshit. It's not true. And so when you have a bunch of people screaming at you untruths that only exist in their fantasy world, in their head, people are going to object. They're going to say, what the fuck are you talking about? Which rights are they that you don't have? Never get an answer, do you? Immediately. If you put that question to a feminist, what you get is privileges, right? Well, there are so many CEOs that are men. There's so many in government, positions of power. In other words, that's not a right. Probably takes a lot of fucking hard work to become the CEO of a company. I'm just saying. So they're not seeing the race. They're seeing the winners of the race. You see what I'm saying? All right.
I really want to say, yeah,
men who have a lot of privilege in society and who have a lot of space in society need to use that space and make that space feminist. So, for instance, if you are the CEO of an organization.
What about the janitor of the organization? Do you care if he makes his spaces feminist? No. No, you don't.
Then you have the responsibility as a feminist man to make that space as feminist as possible.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
If you think you're a feminist, just talk to your friends.
Yes, talk to a doctor. Get some mental help.
Call out your friends and have a proper, productive conversation with them.
Yes, have a conversation. See, that's what we need to do, is have conversations
about what is wrong needs to be done.
Yeah, we would like to know what is wrong and what needs to be done. Curious, can you help us out?
It can be, being a vocal person who asserts rights or creates opportunities
to create a level playing field where traditionally it hasn't been.
Honestly, enough time has been wasted in arguing with men than contributing to the movement itself.
It would be nice if men don't do further damage to our cause.
What is your cause? See, that's the big fucking elephant in the room. What are you trying to accomplish? Because we all know it's not about equal rights, not in the West. What is it you're trying to accomplish? I think we all know it starts with a Marx and ends with an ism.
You know, if you cannot help us, at least stay silent when...
Shut the fuck up, in other words. Oh my God.
Women go out and conquer the world.
Yeah, well, women have had generations to go out and conquer the world, and yeah. How should the feminist movement improve now? Whole square.
Feminism needs to improve, yes, because I mean we hear a lot of terms now, like white feminism, or in India Brahminical feminism, or Savarna feminism and stuff. And a lot of times, just like our male oppressors or
male oppressor.
cis straight male oppressors, feminists, we also tend to get defensive.
Really? Because you can't back up your assertions with actual evidence. Mm-hmm.
It's a criticism. It's a criticism, and it's a demand for doing better, right? So, I mean, like I, as a cis Brahmin woman, need to understand that I have more privileges than a Dalit woman.
Okay, this is a caste thing. Okay, sure.
And I need to understand that if these are my privileges, then if I don't check those, then I don't get to really have any moral high ground, take any moral high ground when calling out a cis straight man when he is being an oppressor.
What if you're a Brahmin caste and the man is a lower caste? Do you have more privileges and rights than he does? Oh no, we're not going to talk about that, are we? No. Women are always victims, no matter what. Right?
Being a feminist also does not give you the right to be condescending.
It's almost a requirement. Oh God.
Being a feminist does not mean you have achieved brownie points or get a gold star.
Yeah.
That means you are basic human. You are not getting a medal for it.
I think caste inclusivity, gender inclusivity, class inclusivity, all of it is still, there's still work to be done over there. We're not where we need to be at all.
Well, in India, yeah, probably. Then again, maybe there's pushback because they don't want this bullshit over in India, huh? Just, saying. Zombro says, Spearman, Walmart took some out. Fast food didn't cave because they were okay. Okay. Zombro, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, God. All right. What are we doing here? I was hoping to find some of those sign ones. Long time ago. Well, let's see. Emma Watson. Oh, God. Oh, here we go. RazorBladeKandy. This is fun. Let's do this one. Why not? Old school.
Hi, Lisa. What are you doing?
Well, I am in a library, so I am probably doing what most people do in a library. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what it is.
3 guesses. Are you here bird watching?
No, you silly goose. Try again.
Are you having a drinking contest?
No, but as silly as you are, I think maybe you're the one that's been having the drinking contest. One more guess.
Are you jackhammering?
Yeah, I'm in the library jackhammering. I'm reading a book, you silly thing.
Oh, God.
If only I had 4 guesses. That was gonna be my next. So what book are you reading?
Oh, you silly thing.
Oh, is he spitting game? Is that what he's trying to say? He's spitting game at the woman.
I'm reading a book on feminism.
Oh, God.
Feminism?
Walk away. Walk away.
That's a hate movement.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Feminism is a movement for equality and justice for women.
Bullshit.
Why do you need feminism?
Why do you need feminism? Oh, God. Here comes the R word.
I need
people.
feminism because 83,000 women in America were forcibly raped last year.
Oh, well, forcible rape is a subcategory of violence. There was 1.2 million violent crimes committed last year with 3 times the male victims.
Mm-hmm. So let's not talk about that, though. We need to concentrate on that one thing. Okay?
Thus men are 3 times more affected than women, yet feminists want to make it all about women.
I need feminism because my name is not baby, sweetheart, or sweet cheeks.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I get called dude, hunk, and darling.
Mm-hmm. Suck it up, bro. Be a man.
I need feminism because women over in the UK are charged
God, here we go again.
a 5% VAT tax on sanitary napkins.
Yes, it's a it's a luxury tax. Mm-hmm.
Sanitary pads are essential, not luxury items. This is a tax against women.
Now, I wonder if Zombro here is going to explain that.
But toilet paper, razors, condoms, and eyeglasses are also subject to that tax. So what you're really bitching about is you believe women should have a very special tax exemption.
You see, but they do. See, the 5% VAT tax is not the 20% VAT tax everyone else pays on just about everything else. The United Kingdom, the government of the United Kingdom, called tampons a luxury item to reduce the VAT tax. Now, I know that sounds ass backwards, and it's pretty easy to overlook. Luxury item? What do you mean? So they could get a reduced tax on it. Just saying.
But it's an essential item. Women can't help menstruating.
And neither sex can help shitting, but we both pay taxes on toilet paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just want a special exemption just for them. See, because they're women. Obviously, because women earn less, right?
Besides, the average woman spends a mere £40 a year on tampons.
Maybe.
Removing the 5% tax would save her the cost of a fucking cheeseburger per year.
Yeah. 5% of 40, what is that? $2. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Are you seriously suggesting you need a full-blown radicalized political movement to save women the cost of a cheeseburger per year in tampons?
Yes, that's exactly what they're saying. Crazy, isn't it?
Actually, £3 would buy 2 cheeseburgers.
Oh, well in that case, viva la revolution.
I need feminism because my dad told me that I'll end up alone if I don't lose weight. My brother is the same weight as me, but he's a guy, so it's different. It's not different.
Yes, it is. Hello. Is your brother 10 years old? Because that's probably about when a man would weigh 105 pounds. I'm just saying. I know.
But boys are told to do whatever it takes to make money or no woman will marry them, and no one will take care of them, because they're only males.
Uh-huh.
Yet you are somehow the victim of this biologically determined double standard. How?
Oh, give her a chance. I'm sure she'll explain it.
I need feminism because girls who sleep around are called sluts, but guys that sleep around are called studs.
Okay, this is this is an interesting point that I think should be brought up. It hasn't been brought up so much lately because they know what the truth is. The truth is women are slut shamed by, anyone want to take a guess? By other women. I know. It's crazy. See, what they're saying, of course, is nonsensical, isn't it? Why would men shame someone who puts out if men want poon? Just saying. Why would that be a problem? Feral Ravage, piffed, not in this economy. Yeah, $3 for 2 cheeseburgers. Well, this was a long time ago. Yeah, you can't even get a half a cheeseburger today for $3. You get nothing. Well, you can get a cheapo menu at the McDonald's, I suppose. Someone's talking about purple haze. Are we smoking a little bit of doobage? Are we tonight? Yeah. All right, let's get back to the show.
But guys are told they're losers if they don't sleep around. And women perpetuate this.
I need feminism because the cosmetic industry tells me I have to buy the razors and shave my natural body hair to be appealing to men.
So what this is obviously trying to point out, as it should be pointing out, you don't have to do that. You don't have to shave your legs. You don't have to wear perfume. You don't have to shave your armpits. You don't have to do anything. But the vast majority of men are attracted to women who do that. Wah! Sorry.
But men are told by the cosmetic industry that they have to buy their razors and shave their natural body hair to be appealing to women.
I need feminism because I shouldn't be afraid to walk the streets alone at night.
Well, you shouldn't be, because you're safe. Sorry. I know you're living in some weird fantasy world where everybody's trying to kill you, or worse, but no, it's not true, is it?
As a man, I shouldn't have to be afraid to walk the streets alone at night either.
Yeah. Well, in Great Britain, where apparently this was created, yeah, you can't have a pew-pew. But here in America, you can keep a little helper in your purse if you're worried that much. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But don't go to Canada, though. You can't have even fucking pepper spray there. Oh, God. How does that make any sense, really? You know, think about that just for a minute, right? We're worried about the grapefruit, right? And in Canada, women are not allowed to carry pepper spray in case some guy tries to, you know. How does that make sense? Well, it's easy. They want you to rely on the government. See? The more you rely on the government, the more power they have over you, right?
Hey y'all, how's it going? What are you guys talking about?
Hi there, Big Mac. Where's Little Mac?
How the hell should I know? I ain't Little Mac's keeper. And what the hell is up with these speech bubbles?
Oh, it's a wife thing.
What we were talking about is why I need feminism and why he thinks I should just get back in the kitchen and make a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't say that, but this is exactly how this works. Remember, women's brains are wired to be, everything is hooked together at the same time, right? And so the whole time he's talking, she's thinking, well, he just wants me to go back in the he's a sandwich. And how's the chain? Boom. Yeah. No, he didn't say that.
Oh hell, I am getting out of here. This isn't going to end well.
No, it's
not.
And
I am afraid that if I stick around too long, I might start speaking in speech bubbles.
I need feminism because when I leave my house, I know I am a potential victim of rape or other violent crime.
You just like men. Yes. Yep.
As a man, when I leave my house, I know I am 11 times more likely to be a victim of a violent crime than a woman.
That doesn't matter, though. You're a man. Nobody gives a shit about men. What's the matter with you?
I need feminism because there are men who deem it acceptable to tell me I deserve to be killed simply because I call myself a feminist.
Well, I don't know who these people are, but those people are fucking crazy. But let's just broad brush everyone who might have an objection with feminism as people who want to kill you. Okay, got it.
What about the men who get death threats for being men's rights activists?
I need feminism because the media portrays thin women as attractive instead of all body types.
Mm-hmm. Now here we go with this again. Okay.
But the media portrays lean, muscular men as attractive instead of all body types.
Exactly. Gee, which men are you going to be attracted to? Is it going to be the guys in shape or a big fat slob like the hamster? I wonder. Just curious.
I need feminism because small-breasted women are looked down on as being less of a woman.
By whom? Who looks down upon women with small boobs? I'll let you contemplate that for a minute. Who makes fun of women with small titties? Would that also be other women? Yep.
But men get looked down on as being less of a man for having a small penis.
What about the men's? What about the men's? That's all you got. You're just derailing. You're committing the what about the men fallacy.
Actually, I am not derailing. It's a legit argument, not a fallacy.
Yep.
You're cutting men out of the equation to create a misleading victim narrative.
Of course. That's what they do.
How would you like it if someone said I need white nationalism because white people have to pay income taxes? I need white nationalism because white people get mugged. I need white nationalism because white people are expected to bathe. I need white nationalism because I am afraid to leave my house.
Interesting when you put it that way. Yeah. Kind of makes their arguments sound as fucked up as they are.
I need white nationalism because blacks make up a minority of the population but a majority of the NBA. I need white nationalism because I get pulled over by the police when I wasn't doing anything wrong. I need white nationalism because sometimes people of color call me a honky.
What in the hell are you white people talking about? I knew it. It starts off with speech bubbles and pretty soon onto white nationalism.
I was talking about how any demographic of people can be made to look like victims when you bring up everyday problems, but act as if only one demographic of people have those problems.
Yep.
Have you guys seen Big Mac?
Yeah, he was just here a few minutes ago. He went that way down the hall.
Right. Fat boy couldn't have gone too far. I'll go look. Oh yeah, and I got my eye on you two crackers. I don't trust that speech bubble shit.
That's not what I was saying. I wasn't doing that. I was mentioning women have unique problems.
Yes. And so do men.
This is exactly what you are doing. Everything I said about white people is true. They have to put up with all that shit. But so do blacks, and Asians, and Hispanics.
Everybody, pretty much, yeah.
And in some cases they have to put up with some of these things even more. Any group of people can make themselves look like a victim if they cut every other kind of person out of the equation.
And fudge the numbers and, you know.
But women on the internet have to deal with gender-specific insults like cunt. Or they get told sexist things like make me a sandwich.
Okay, number one, in England, cunt is something you call everybody. You cunt. Okay? Make me a sandwich. Do you understand what a joke is? Little animated woman. Have you ever thought maybe dudes say that shit to get you worked up? Yeah?
Men don't have those gender-specific insults hurled at them.
Actually, they have their own unique gendered insults. They don't get called cunt. They get called fag. They're not told to make a sandwich, but they're told to get out of their mom's basement. Women may have derogatory insults hurled at them to put them in their place, such as your place is being a homemaker. Men have derogatory insults hurled at them to put them in their place, and they are told to go be a breadwinner.
Yeah, you loser. Why don't you have a job? Etc.
And the thing is, feminists and women alike equally contribute to scolding men for not being money-making breadwinners.
You just hate women. You don't want us to stand up and talk about the injustices that us women face. And that's all your, what about the men, arguments come down to.
No, here's the deal. The only disproportionate thing affecting women with respect to crime is, you know what, right? Men are far more likely to be victims of every single other crime you can imagine, right? So it's not that women don't have this unique problem. We know that. But if you ignore everything else, kind of makes you look like a cunt. Just saying.
You just don't want to let us be victims.
Well, that's true.
Actually, the problem is you see yourselves as victims when you're not.
Nope.
You cut men out of the picture and pretend you are the only group who faces these things.
You pretend you're oppressed when you're actually the oppressor. You pretend you're a tiny little, oh, I'm just a small woman, when you're the majority of voters in this country. Hate to break the news to you, but you are in charge. See, that brings up a whole other issue, doesn't it? Because a lot of women don't agree with your bullshit. And they're not going to vote your way. And then you get pissed at them because they're Nazis. Right?
Boo-hoo, women are told to shave. Well, boo-hoo, so are men. Stop cutting men out of the picture, and no one would say what about the men. Again, any demographic of people can look like the ultimate victim of society when they talk about all the modern-day problems they face, and cut out all other demographics who face the exact same problems. The only time you feminists mention men is when you need a scapegoat to blame all of your problems on.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting, when you go back in history. We'll talk about at the end, concerning the grape problem. Okay? We'll talk about that.
Misogynist, just like Elliot Rodger, and his misogyny led him to kill women.
That's a terrible thing. Awful. Did he kill any men?
Actually, his misanthropy led him to kill 2 women and 4 men. Twice as many men died. And here you are again cutting out male victims to make it look like a female-only tragedy.
And to this day, when this nut job went on his killing spree, rarely is it mentioned that he also offed 3 of his roommates and other people. No. Nope.
Even when men were the bigger victims. Valerie Solanas' misandry drove her to try to kill Andy Warhol. Again, any demographic of people can be victims. Here, let's try this one. As a rich heterosexual white cis male, I am expected to pay income taxes. As a rich heterosexual white cis male, I am expected to pay for the food I eat. As a rich heterosexual white cis male, I have to carry an umbrella for fear it will rain.
It's not like that. Our problems are specific and unique. As a woman, I am 100,000 times more likely to be on welfare than to be a congressman.
Yeah, you're probably 100,000 times more likely to be than any man, because welfare benefits for men are rare. It's very difficult for men to get free goodies from the government. Just saying.
As a rich heterosexual white cis male, I am 7.2 million times more likely to catch a cold than to be an astronaut.
Our problems are unique. As a woman, I cannot breastfeed in public because the sight of the female organ known as a breast is unsightly in public eyes.
Or maybe it just makes us feel uncomfortable. Sorry. Just not a widespread thing. You know, I've seen women breastfeeding. That's cool. Whatever. But it does make some people feel uncomfortable. Okay? Why is it always about fucking me? It's my thing. What about the other people that you're affecting? Again, this is current year. We all know, wow, we should be able to go to the men's room or the women's or whatever we feel like today. Because it's, well, what about the other people that don't feel comfortable about that? Everyone else should change, right? That's what they want.
As a rich white heterosexual cis male, I cannot urinate in public because the male sex organ known as the penis is unsightly in public eyes. As a rich heterosexual white cis male, I have to mow my lawn for fear of the homeowners association coming down on me. Oh, the inhumanity, the injustices I have to face.
Stop doing that. A woman's problems are unique. Only women have men yell sexual things at them from their car.
That's bullshit. Go ahead.
Us men have to deal with people yelling threatening and vulgar things at us from their car.
But the things they yell at you aren't sexual.
But they are threatening, intimidating, and embarrassing. So what difference does it make?
Just like your stupid thing about men getting attacked 3 times more. Your attacks are not things. Our pain is special.
Yes, it is a unique crime. Mostly women. Here in the public. In prison, however. Let's not talk about
Our
that.
attacks land us in the hospital with smashed faces, irreversible damage, brain damage, disfigurement, mental trauma, and death. How is your victimization any worse than ours? It's not. Women don't experience more suffering, they just cry about it more, and refuse to see other people's suffering. Feminism. It's the same old song and dance. Women are victims, men are perpetrators. Women good, men bad. Men don't have problems, men are problems. Bottom line, saying what about the men, is not a fallacy. Complaining about gender-neutral problems and cutting men out of the picture to make only women look like victims, is a fallacy.
And she walks away. Now, this was 8 years ago. So, very, very similar to what we're doing now here. Here's the here's the link. RazorBladeKandy. Pretty good stuff. Beavis Jones is here. Beavis is here. Pixel's going their own way. This guy's mistaken for even explaining it. She doesn't care. I know. It doesn't matter. They have their narrative, and that's all that matters. And it's only worse. now, today. Yeah. Beavis Jones, I'm not an idiot. Like, well, I only got 3 boosters. All right, good. Yay. Well, you're triple protected, man. You don't have to worry about nothing. Anyway, getting back to the whole R-word thing. Now, there was a spike in this particular crime around 1990. Okay, somewhere in that time frame. It was very, very, very severe. I mean, I think it was almost 1 million reported cases of this. And so what the government did, and rightly so, we had Take Back the Night Walks, we had all this stuff. The government set funding aside to make sure that people, women who were victims of these crimes, would have somewhere to call, the hotlines, and they set up a bunch of stuff, right? And different patrols and, stuff like that, which is all good. Absolutely agree. Well, not more than a few years later, what they did had a profound effect where the rate of this particular crime dropped precipitously because of more enforcement, the hotlines and, people just being aware that what this stuff is going on. Well, when this happened, one would imagine you'd have the feminists very happy. There were no 1 million victims a year of this crime. It was going down and going down fast. One would imagine there'd be a celebration. There'd be dancing in the streets. Hey, we're getting this problem under control. Good. No, that's not what happened. Around 1995, we started hearing something called date grape. Never before heard prior to that. Date grape, where evidently what they meant by this was you're on a date with someone and maybe you're making out, whatever, it goes too far. Well, that's a date grape. Well, not only that, it's an actual grape. Okay. And so they started counting all these other things. You see what I'm saying? It went down. Things are looking better. Now we got to redefine it. No, the Take Back the Night Walks and stuff in 1990, 91, very successful. We got funding. The government started finally paying attention, set aside money for the hotlines and all this stuff. And it worked. Well, apparently that was a problem for the fembots, because then they started redefining everything to be grape. You understand my point? I think you do. Anyway, it is 12:40. Oh my God, 12:44. Yeah, I think it's time to go to bed. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.